Wah! That's right. Heroes. Evil wizards. It is Wednesday, my dudes. And what do we do on Wednesday? Well, we play games normally. We play some games. Time to zap Zargon! Dan Nastic, TSL frontman, Ribby, good morning. From my corner of the U.S., good morning from the Midwest. It is currently 9:11 a.m., September 27th, the day after my birthday. I'm the youngest 39-year-old I know, and today I'm going to be painting. We're going to paint. I don't know if that was evident from the title of the stream. It better have been. I better have had the right title and thumbnail and all that on the stream. I better double check that that's the case. Yeah, let's paint HEROQUEST. All right, cool. So, today we are going to, first of all, share that video. I would like to go to excuse me. I would like to share the link to the stream to a few places. Specifically, there's a where is it? It is a crafting Facebook group that I'm in. Tabletop Crafters Guild, yeah! We're gonna share it there. Maybe. Hopefully it's not against the rules. We better check the rules of the Tabletop Crafters Guild. Stay on topic. Junk posts. No free-booted content posts. Game rules questions. No religions or politics. No memes. Blogging at times. But okay, it doesn't seem like it's bad. Doesn't seem like it's bad to self-advertise. Today, hello. I've been waiting for this moment. Sorry, just doing a little bit of promotion here, a little bit of self-promo. I'm going to post in the Tabletop Crafters Guild, a group by Wylock's Armory. I am streaming now, and this is actually my first time painting miniatures. I'm going to paint minis from my favorite dungeon crawler. There's the YouTube live link, and then post. And that may potentially bring in some folks. I hope that it is seen as a good thing, not as a not too self-promo-y. Good afternoon from Central Europe. Awesome. Yours was the 18th TSL. Happy late birthday. Have you already primed what you'll paint today? Yes. And thank you, Sergeant House, for the birthday wishes as well. Free booty posts? No, free booting. They're like reposts, I think. Shares for the sake of sharing stuff, just to get it popular on social media. Good morning, Ward Icon. Also Black Scott. And that sounds amazing. Wow! Good morning, Matt. TSL, awesome. I just joined a tabletop devs group, but it's mostly random posts. I have this idea for a dice mechanic. What do you all think? That sounds like a great group. I mean, it sounds like a great group. I have no complaints. I'd be happy to be in a group like that. Wait, I think I'm in a couple groups like that, actually. My Discord's not too different from that. If you're not part of the Discord, feel free to join. We're a really nice group. We have a super, super lovely group of people in there, just doing great. I'm going to transition really quick to a different setup. We're going to see how this works. So let me know if you can still hear me. Maybe? Yeah, I think so. I think I'm still audible. So the reason we're doing this, I'll give you two guesses, and the first two don't count. We are going to set up my streaming Paint O-Vision camera. It's magic. It's Audible Hash. Video capture device. Create new. We're going to call this Droid Cam. I hope this works. Gosh, I do hope this works. We're going to have to turn on Droid Cam first. Give it permission. No, I don't want to review your app right now. Droid Cam source 3, Droid Cam source 2, Droid Cam source 3. Come on. Oh, I have to turn on Droid Cam on the desktop first. I forgot all about how to use Droid Cam. We're connecting over USB. No devices detected. Bear with me. It's been a long time since I've used a second camera for desktop stuff. I can hardly see my screen. Okay. From what I can tell, this should work. Maybe I gotta restart Droid Cam real quick on the PC side of things. Christopher, hi Ash. I haven't painted any figures yet. I'm also planning to build storage areas in the HEROQUEST boxes. I think that is a great idea. I have storage. I have Hot Wheels containers. Third-party Dollar Tree containers meant to store cars, toy cars, Hot Wheels sized, and that's where all of my classic HEROQUEST miniatures go. I have a couple in my contemporary box as well. I don't know if you can hear the USB connection and disconnection noises. Video quality set to high. Let's come on. Let's do it. Let's work. Let's function. So I really have to apologize for the technical difficulties already. I have used this setup before, but it's been so long. The new avatars are working. The new avatars are working. That guy in the sky, welcome. Oh, you got a red 13 avatar. That's awesome. Those of you who are new, I think, who have not been here before, I think will get the new avatars. I'm not sure. Feels unfair almost. I bought the filter foam inserts and I love them. I've got 6 goblins staring at me, ready to go, primed as of 3 weeks ago. I'll get to them. I'll get to them when I get to them. Oh, this is so strange. Do I have a separate client for DroidCam? Let's... Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, new avatar. Yeah, that was an unfortunate choice of words. Let us search DroidCam. I only have one DroidCam. I just have the DroidCam client. What the heck was my workflow? I thought this was my workflow. I've got it in my taskbar and everything. Plugging in, it should be, my camera should be selectable from... Oh, this is going to be annoying. Let's, there it is. There it is. Start. Wrong camera. Wrong camera. There's a camera, though, which is fantastic. Just testing. Okay, but I need the different camera. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and add it to... so you guys can at least see what I'm doing. DroidCam. I'm not too worried, I guess, about we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Hold on, here we go. It's a dual camera setup. That's not going to work, though. It's pointing up and it needs to point down. Yes, birthday was yesterday, but thank you again for the birthday wishes. I do appreciate it. It was a really, really nice birthday. Older I get, I think I just want calm. I just want the ability to rest and make sure I don't get interrupted for anything. You need to face the other way. What the heck? Welcome to the painting stream, where we are not doing that at all. Okay, it's the back camera that I need. Back camera, right? Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, this is what's up. Oh my God, finally. Great, fantastic. I love it. We've got some reversed text going on, but we're gonna fix that. Chat. Did you play any games for your birthday? Yes, I did. I played the Star Ocean Second Story remake demo on PlayStation Beautiful, beautiful game. Heartbreakingly lovely. I haven't played the original in about 20 years, and it was one of my favorite RPGs of all time. I still have the PlayStation 1 copy tucked away. I always told myself after I completed the game, I will play this again one day in its entirety, perhaps after retirement, but when I'm much older, probably, when I have the time to spend and experience it all over again. And I don't have to do that with the original now because the remake is out, and the remake is freaking gorgeous. Yeah, I loved it so much. I played the demo. It had a 3-hour time limit, and it stopped in Cross Cave. I got to Cross Cave. Cross Cave is tough. That reminded me that the game gets hard fast. But that was lovely. And then I played Demon's Souls in the evening. The wife and I were going to plan on playing like some Dwarf Romantic or something, but we didn't get around to it. So we can always play that again another time. We have the ability to flip this, right? Am I going to continue my HeroQuest playthrough? Absolutely. Ah, there we go. There we go. Oh, I know. I was working on that. I was working on the image flip. I think everything's good now. I think everything is fine. I'm a cat with its tail on fire. Reading a few things out of order. I apologize. Happy birthday from Ireland. Thank you, that guy in the sky. Thank you. I don't know if you can hear me. We're going to get this shrunk down, put these stream avatars in front. The stream avatars deserve to be front and center. There's that. There's that. I'd like to make my face a little bit smaller because honestly, I don't need to be like the focus of this. But the painting needs to be the focus of it. Question, do you think they will do an advanced HQ? This is a fun question. I have answered this a few times on the channel. And I don't think that they'll do it as it was. No, not at all. They can do a new version of it, completely new version. So this is the first and only time I'm going to take a drink of this water. Because this is now going to be my paintbrush water. Hi, everybody. Lord Jav 1130. No, Lord Javi 131. Sorry if I butchered your name. Welcome to the stream. Good morning. Thank you for joining. I'm going to be painting today. Finally, we are at the content. We're going to be using the Army Painter Speed Paint Most Wanted set. This comes with 24 colors. Maybe 23 colors, and the speed paint medium would be more accurate. And we're also going to be drinking. I don't know why I took a drink of that nasty tap water. I have a bottle of water for that express purpose. People are fighting now in the avatar section. No! Oh, the collateral damage. The collateral damage. Be careful, guys. Don't blow yourselves up. I've got most of my videos and everything are all caught up on Amalgamash. The entire schedule is pretty much... It's not done. It's not done at all. And neither is HEROQUEST. HEROQUEST is almost completely done, but I don't have a video for Monday, so I think I'm going to have to use a Loki Quest video that I've got on backup to do that. Amalgamash is going to be behind. So there's my paint water. This set came with a couple of paint brushes, and this video is also a cracking unboxing with respect to the Bardic broadcasts. We've emptied the box. We are now able to take a look at the colors that come inside. We've got an Army Painter guide, which this is really more of like, it's a lot of living advertisement for their mascot and their approach to painting in general. It's not specific to the Army Painter, but it does provide you with a little bit of color theory, and it tells you about complementary, split complementary, analogous. I haven't heard that word spoken in real life. Feel free to make fun of me. Base decoration, which is something that Army Painter does not help you with as far as painting and whatnot, your textured bases with grass. We have other tools though: super glue, plastic, resin, or metal. What should I use to glue my stuff together? How do I kit bash? Base coating, airbrush war paints, how to apply washes, all that stuff. We don't need this in the slightest, except for maybe the complementary colors and the color theory chart to refer to if we're going for that kind of look. Because Speed Paints is, by and large, a skipping of a lot of the techniques in there. We don't need to have a lot of stuff going on. We just need to base our miniatures and then speed paint them and then varnish them, I think is what I would really like to do, to seal it all in and be done. I got some stickers for whatever reason, so I can take this like Beowulf blue and stick it to my forehead, whatever. How to speed paint. This is our real value right here. Good morning, Nicholas. Welcome. The all-in-one speed paint is a true one-coat painting solution offering rich shading, vibrant saturation, and an easy highlight simultaneously. First, prime your miniature with our color primer matte white spray or war paints air. Blah, blah, blah. Load your brush with a liberal amount of speed paint and apply a generous coat of the desired areas that allow the paint to flow into the recesses. Start with the lightest colors of your choice and end with the darkest ones. Finish your paint job with a protective layer of Aegis Suit Satin, Aegis, or anti-shine matte varnish sprays or airbrush varnishes. I didn't know there were varnish sprays. I like that. I knew there were sealants, but I didn't know there were varnishes. And now it's time to take a look at the colors. We have 2 trays of colors. Here's one. Beautiful. And then here's the other. Wow. Mind-blowing. Here are my 2 brushes. We are all done with the unboxing and presentation of the Speed Paints. This is not a Speed Paints unboxing and presentation video. It is a usage video. Now I'm going to show you, after I set all these up to be within easy reach, I only have to awkwardly wiggle my way through my own work table a little bit to get to everything. Actually, these trays are going to be very useful. I believe I'm going to use these trays to paint on. So actually, that's great. I have some paper down here, but that might prove to be inadequate. I want to show you the miniatures that I've primed and prepared for today. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to paint all of them today, but I've got them, and I'm going to allow you guys to pretty much vote on which ones I do when I offer a choice. Don't choose yet. I'm just showing you stuff right now, but soon I'm going to throw a couple of minis up and show you what I've got. I primed these bad boys with some white primer by that one paint company that everybody knows that I can't remember right now. That's at Walmart. I think it starts with an R. We have a goblin. I gotta represent my goblin brothers and sisters. These are HEROQUEST 2021 goblins. After I primed them with black, I tried my best to apply the zenithal primer technique. So zenithal from above. Rust-Oleum, that's it. And it looks like I could have done way better. But actually, this is after a few different coats. My wife was like, they don't have enough white on them. And I'm like, ugh. So I went outside and sprayed them again. And she's like, you need to put more white on them. And I'm like, I did. And she's like, it wasn't enough. And I'm like, ugh. Skeleton, mythic abomination from HEROQUEST. Why wouldn't they be HEROQUEST miniatures? But wait, there's more. This Minotaur is a Reaper Minotaur, and I thought he looked so awesome. I thought he looked amazing. I mean, he's pretty cool. He is on par with Beastmen. Mummy, the reason I got the mummy, I don't like the mummies, but the reason I pulled a mummy out is because this guy's going to be one color. I'm going to choose the mummiest color I can and just get him in one go and be done. Some of them are from the Kickstarter, yes. Some of them are from the Mythic tier. We got a couple of unique sculpts of the various monsters. This lady right here, she got the big axe. She's from Frozen Horror. I have a lady orc. Craig McArdle from Australia. Welcome. Hello. Thank you for joining us. I found out the hard way how bad not putting a good coat of primer can be. Oh, yes. I've done that before. Actually, I've tested like acrylic markers and stuff straight on plastic without putting any primer at all. And it can be fun. It can be fun. And that's my Dread Warrior. So we've got 9. I have others that I've primed, but I got to work out with lovely wife Shar which ones she wants to paint, because she definitely wants to play with these paints as well. And who am I to deny her the pleasure? I already know which one of these brushes I'm going to use. I'm going to use the one that's prismatic, because it's going to be easier to hold on to. So Shar can have the harder to use brush. Yes. All right. We're ready. We're ready. And the first thing I'm going to do is paint the mummy. So mummy paint, here we go. Can I move all these guys out of the way? Get them out of the tray. Their 15 minutes of fame is up. They're not getting painted right now. I need to look at the paints that I have available. So Cornelius is going to help me snoof through these paints. What do you think about... Wow. Hold on to the paints. What do you think about Grim Black? That's not food. And we've lost a paint. No. What do you think about Pallid Bone? Pallid Bone? Pallid Bone? Pallid Bone. Pallid Bone. We have the Cornelius seal of approval. Pallid Bone over the wraps of the mummy. Now, I don't know. Desolate Brown. Should I play? Should I play a little bit? Should I see if I like different? I also have Crusader Skin and Nuclear Sunrise. I'm going to keep Crusader Skin for skin tones. Warrior Skin as well. I was super happy to get 2 skin tones with this, and not all of my heroes will have to have the same skin color. I really like having different things. We can put some Hoplite Gold maybe on the mummy's base. Maybe. As far as colors that I think would work well with this, I think Desolate Brown and Pallid Bone are the ones I'm going to use. So, thank you, Cornelius. He gave me back the Grim Black. We're going to put that there. Okay. So without further ado, our first step is going to be to shake them up. They've got rattle balls inside. We're going to do light colors first. So we're going to do the Pallid Bone. And, really, I need to have like a palette. I've got a plastic palette. So let me grab that. I think it's right over here. Hope you enjoy painting. It helps be calm and meditate. Benjamin, hello, thank you for joining. Yes, I hope that it is calm and meditating. It probably, like the very first time, it's going to be a little stressful because I'm going to worry I'm going to mess something up, but I'm going to be getting used to that very quickly. Do-it-yourself wet palette. Ooh. Plastic container that you put together 3 or 4 paper towel down, then some parchment paper over top, then wet it. Interesting. Wet palette. Let me do research on that. That's new to me. Wet palette. Too early for a Guinness at 3:40 p.m. Off work for the week, and there's a storm outside, so I may just pull a cheeky pint. Why not? Why not? Starting to worry Ash fell to pit trap. Yeah, it happens. Sometimes they appear in my hallway. I had to go get my palette, which I decided I would rather have than paper. This wasn't the exact one I was going for, but it's what I found. So. 9:40 a.m. here in Texas. OJ and tacos. SATX? SA? What's that? San Antonio. San Antonio. I used to live in Saginaw, near Fort Worth, actually. So, hello, Texan. Glad to see you getting some painting. Then I think a Guinness to weather the storm is an excellent idea. Ash is smart enough to search for them first. Not always. Sometimes I step outside my door and the room search doesn't help me, so I don't catch it, and then I fall in. My house pulls a pit trapper on the other side of the door. Oh, speed paints are not designed to be used with a wet palette. Wet palette really saves paints and makes it easy to control the thickness of the paint. Wet palette helps for thicker paint and dry climate. I've got the Army Painter wet palette. It's just the right size. Army Painter recommends using dry palette with the speed paints. That is dark. That is dark. Trials and tribulations with Zargon, the landlord. Zargon does not own my dungeon. Whoops, we went with something pretty dark. Pallid Bone. Pallid Bone is darker coming out of the bottle than it is on the bottle. Let's see if it goes on the miniature. And I'll actually just paint the base with it. Oh yeah, that's light. That's light. That's gonna be fine. I'm gonna liberally apply this to my mummy. I'm just gonna get right into it. The microphone's a little bit further away than it's supposed to be. Dude, don't quote one of the greatest villains of all time. If Zargon outsourced and he just got a little bit of help, if he got Korak from Dishfars Oge, or whatever the title is for Dark World in its native tongue, and then he got Skeletor, and then he got... I need a bigger brush. This is my first mini, and it's one that I chose to apply the paint all over to. So my brush is actually a bit too small for this application, but it's fine. It's fine. Paint the mummy booty. It's not showing up on camera very well, but it looks nice in person. And then he got some help from Mum-Ra, the Ever-Living. I think that he could really lay those heroes to waste. What do you think? Skeletor, Mum-Ra, Zargon, Korak. I would say Blackfire, or I'm sorry, Darkfire, and the villain from Dragon Strike. But I feel like the villain from Dragon Strike would only hinder their plans. He'd be like monologuing the grand evil plan to the heroes, and they would be able to thwart him. And by extension, they would be able to win against the overall team, the overall horde. So I've heard that this doesn't feel like paint necessarily. I'm gonna see if I can freeze this focus right about here. There we go. I think, yeah, that's awesome. I never used that feature before on Droid Cam. But now I can paint closely. How about Gargamel? Gargamel is too OP. Way, way, way too OP. All right, I think now I can experiment from here, and I can do as that guy in the sky suggests. And after all, who's going to argue? And paint a couple of areas of rotten flesh. But for now, just like first impressions, Mummy is done. Mummy is table ready. The front looks great. The front of the Mummy looks fantastic. The rear, there's too much black on him. Once again, I should have. I know how to Zenithal Prime now. I'm gonna do much better the next time I do it. Every figure in this run is gonna suffer from this problem, but it's all right. It's all right. I am gonna do the base, which I wish was not spackly. Because I would prefer he at least somewhat, sort of, kind of still match the color palette of the undead, just to be easy to see at a glance. You know, what faction? I look at my tubs of miniatures and I'm like, faction. Mentally compartmentalized by faction. Faction's not a term used in HEROQUEST, but I use it in my mind when I'm using HEROQUEST minis. Green faction, gray faction, white faction, done. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Apparently this was fast. Apparently this was super quick. It's not like, it isn't actually done, but it is done enough to actually use. And if I never got time to paint it again, I'd be like, that's the Mummy that I painted with speed paints. You know, I'd be happy with that. Now there's like barely any paint to wash off the brush. First thing done. Let's grab something to make this Mummy gross. How about some Slaughter Red? Some Slaughter Red on his bandages in places, indicating fresh, his mouth. I've got that, and I've got Murder Scene, which that actually shows up on camera the exact same as it does in real life. I've also got familiar pink. Maybe we'll make some pink orcs in an attempt to pretend that we have our porks from HEROQUEST. Elviler, you are just in time. I've only painted one miniature, and just to give you a recap of everything I've done. Mummy. Careful, if it's not dry and then adding other colored paint, it can mess it up in my experience. I was watching Wylock, and he had a devil may care attitude about, as Wylock does, where he just at pretty much this point painted, and the 2.0s don't reactivate. But if I mess it up, I will get a better sense of the timing involved, so it'll be okay. I'm going to put some blood on this mummy. This is a really good red. I don't know that I can, like, it's blood bright in real life. This is a fresh wound red. Absolutely. Now we're going to be looking up, looking at these from above, so my details should probably be visible from above. Footstep. They are primed with Rust-Oleum, black primer, and then I used Rust-Oleum white primer to do a zenithal highlight. First time in my life I've ever done a zenithal highlight. Don't judge me too harshly. First time I've really done any of this at all. The Adventures of Gummy Bears is great for quest ideas. Conan the Barbarian. Conan the Adventurer. I am stealing scenarios from Conan the Adventurer. Don't they remove the blood as the first time in mummification? Yeah, they do. That's why the mummy is trying to get it back. That's why the first thing the mummy wants is hero blood when he wakes up. Don't you see? It's not the mummy's blood on the mummy's hands. I can only use the sprays at certain times of the year. Too humid where I live. They take weeks to dry. Oh, man. I poured out way too much red. I don't want to paint. I don't want to overdo it. I'm self-editing. I'm stopping here with the red. I'm going to keep this red here on my palette. We're going to do hoplite. No. I'm going to do zealot yellow for his eyes. I want to give him like a magical sort of glow around the eyes. I would like for this mummy to be, I would like for it to be inferred that he's reanimated. He's not just an elf cosplaying for Dreadfest. You're a regular Picasso. Hey, it feels good. I like it. It's rewarding. And it's got to be fulfilling and rewarding if you want to do it again. You gotta want to do it again if you want to get good at it. Zealot yellow. This looks very red, but you know what? Whatever. It'll come out just fine. We're just going to do the tiniest little bloop. That is super bright red is what that is. Painting is my least favorite part. Most of my stuff isn't painted. I'm right there with you. I've always wanted to keep my factions the colors that they are, basically. Yeah, he only has one eye exposed. So, that's it. That's all I'm going to do for his eye. And it does look red. That does look red. I think I oversaturated it. It goes down yellow. It goes down on the palette yellow. Back to continuous autofocus as I figure out the next part of my plan here. That's the mummy. I'm setting the mummy off to the side. I'm going to pick our next victim. I mean, subject. And that's going to be, do you guys, it's time for the first vote. Do you think we will do Which one will we do? Will we do A, the Reaper Minotaur, B, the Dread Warrior, or C, the Abomination? I'm going to change this around. Don't vote yet. A for Abomination, B for Beastman, C for Chaos Inspired Warrior. There, now it's correct. Vote now. A, B, or C. A, B, or C. One with the most votes in 2 minutes will get painted next. But I mean, hopefully they'll all get painted regardless in the stream. We're just going to go with whatever's next. These are the folliest, overest paints. 1 vote per person. 1 vote per person. All right. We're going to be sipping on a pink grapefruit fruit drink here while we count down the last few seconds. Excuse me. We have C. Wow, how many A's do we have? Richard Harrison, that guy in the sky. Those are our A's. Our B's are L. Weiler, Ward Icon. 2 B's. But then Craig, Disciple, Nicholas, and Matt all chose C. So, it looks like... I'm sorry, the stream, there's latency. There's like 8 seconds of latency. So, I went for your last vote as the valid one. A, B, C. A, B, C. A, B, C. The winner is the Chaos-inspired warrior, the Dread Warrior, of course, from the 2021 HEROQUEST. So, that said, the thing is that you, if you don't like it, you can repaint it. That's absolutely correct. Watch out for hanging chads. I bet that was a typo. Dollar store sometimes carries a good paint stripper for plastics. Yeah, I'll have to go look. The only thing I know that they do have is that stuff, what's it called, acetone. And I unfortunately used that on an entire battalion of Battlemaster's Beastmen. They're gone. They're gone forever. I didn't do my research. That was on me. So, I was choosing my paints while we were voting. And for this guy, I chose Grim Black, which I don't think I'm actually going to use. Gravelord Gray and Broadsword Silver. These are colors that I know I'm going to use on his armor. But probably I'll try something a little different for his cape. I'm not really sure what to use for his cape, to be honest. Maybe like a crimson. That might be a little bit cliche. Yes, familiar pink. That's what we'll do. But honestly, I'm just going basic and fundamental while I'm still feeling everything out and getting comfortable. I'm going to go with Slaughter Red, and that's actually, I think that's the same red that I have on the palette, right? Yeah, I'm like 43% sure. Oh, it was an historical reference. Good deal. Good call. Good call. I now go hybrid mode. Earbud in one ear for Ash stream, headphones on for work meeting. That's a great idea. But it just makes me half tempted to be like, at random times, just say, you know, wasn't that a stupid idea from Roger? Roger is seriously just wasting time, prattling on about his nonsensical idea that has it completely out of context. You guys could be getting on with your work days. Really, Pamela? Really, Pamela? I think you had one too many fireballs last night. Oh, this lady. And just randomly. But I don't want to make Ribby laugh in the middle of his meeting. There's been quite a few videos, and I've had good luck with using those popper silicone stress things as palettes, because when the paint dries, you can remove it and it has lots of wells. I'm going to have to check that out. What would be considered the lighter color here? We should do our non-metallics first. I don't know why I'm shaking that. My throat is very gravelly today. I might just like stick with it. Don't clear it. Just let it be ASMR. I don't know. Red cape for our Dread Warrior. It said to load up the brush liberally, and I'm not doing that, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I wonder if I could get better light here. Definitely. Definitely better light. One of the things that I do like about the idea of painting HeroQuest minis is that if you only paint one of every faction, one of every group, rather, of monsters, it's like one orc, one goblin, one femere, one abomination, one chaos warrior, one skeleton, whatever, they can represent bosses. They can represent big bads. Yeah, I accidentally have a lot of area to cover. Which is fine. I'm not going to judge anything. The paint, anything. It's just a brush is too small. Well, maybe not at this point. At this point, I need to get through things. Brad, welcome to the stream. I use Rust-Oleum for primer. Tucking the brush in under to get the back of the cloak is a bit of a pain. I'm just in the process of finishing mine. It's different. I mean, I know it's going to happen from time to time. But I'm actually out of red. I need to load up some more red. Some more slaughter red. Primed with Rust-Oleum black and matte black, and then did a zenithal primer with matte white. I don't know who this matte guy is, but he's awfully popular. Probably way too much red here, but I'll use it. I'll use it in other parts of the stream. Kind of wonder if I just like apply a liberal amount and let it run down. So I think that's how this is supposed to be used in general, but I don't think I can load the brush up with enough that it'll form a drop. You know what? I'm going to call that good. And I know they say one coat, but there's a lot of pits on the back of this guy's cloak, so I'm just going to stab at them a little bit. A lot of pitting during the... Oh man, that looks striking. That looks striking. Striking. So if somebody is going to do their shield red, I probably won't do red for the shield. I like that idea. I don't know what I'm going to do with the shield yet. Maybe I'll just do the silver. Maybe I'll just do silver everything. I'd like to put a little bit of red on the end of the mace as well. Just really make my villains threatening and bloodied. Wasn't supposed to do this first, I think. We'll come back to it. Time for some gray. What do I want to do? Do I want to do silver? Let's do silver. Let's do metallic. You want to see the metallics. I want to see the metallics. Let's do the metallics. And I'm being very careful because there are shaker balls in these, rattle balls, and I do not want to push too hard when I'm emptying it out onto my palette because the ball could be in the way. And that it could feel like it's stopped up somewhere, and that makes people want to squeeze harder. Don't do that. Do you notice any stickiness with the primer? Yes. Mine were all tacky. All of my plastic miniatures were tacky, but my resin miniatures soaked it right up, and they were all pretty dry feeling to the touch. So I primed a few that way and went poorly for me. I switched to black ink and gesso. It worked, but it was a pain to brush it on. Who knows? Maybe with the metallic being semi-transparent, the red will shine through. Maybe. It's Char! She helped me with the priming. She gave me expert advice. Lovely wife is in chat. Okay, when they say metallic, they don't mean like glittery. They don't mean like chrome. They straight up mean like iron. Like this is now a metal shield that's been kit bashed onto a plastic miniature. You know what I mean? Now we gotta get behind. How do I get an FF7 avatar? I'm still playing with the avatars. I'm still playing with them. I just imported those today. I might be able to do away with entire sets and have other sets come on at a time, but right now it seems like everything just added in. Not how I wanted that to go, but that's how it goed. All right, and we have a metal shield. It's still wet, of course, and very, very wet, but I may retouch. But just looking at it on camera, it is a very... Oh, I bought this pewter figure 30 years ago, and now it's adding a slight amount of blue to some of the metallic silver for a couple of the details would really make it pop. Do you mean mixing the blue into the silver, or putting blue onto... You mean putting blue onto the details only? Mixing is going to be something I will have a lot of fun experimenting with. Mix. Okay. Well, we will mix. Just use the Army Painter Blue wash over the silver metallic. Will that work? We'll try it with this mace. I'm already experimenting with the fact that the red is still very present on the metal. But the color is not very even. Like, I don't know if it's just because I didn't load my brush up right, or if it's because of the transparent nature of it. Would have to dry is right, then blue wash. Yeah, okay. I'll let it dry, and I'll add some blue as a wash. I like that idea a lot. If someone talks you into enamel washes, be ready to be patient. I've had some stay wet for a week and a half to 2 weeks. I'll try to be a purist and try to get the techniques down for just speed paint, a purely speed paint process. I think that's my plan, so that I can... We might get a little bit on his base. That's going to be okay. But that way I can get good at everything I need to expect. I can develop that artist mindset that I so sorely lack whenever I'm looking at paint and color and application of visual design. I don't have that in my brain, and I would like to have that. So, to some extent, I would like to look at a miniature and immediately think, I know exactly what I would paint that with if I could get my hands on that miniature. Painting his greaves, but not grievously, effortlessly. Greaves done. Woof. I like enamel finishing because of the chip resistance. I'm way too scared to try painting my HQ minis. I haven't tried this since I was about 12. I don't mind painting the 2021 versions, at least one of each, because I have so many. I have like, gosh, the Mythic tier gave us a whole extra slew, and then there's just so many that come with the expansions. There's more than you need because you're not going to use every monster from the expansion in almost any of the campaigns. I think I think consistently you're left with one extra of the Famir / Abomination or the Gobos. So like messing them up doesn't bother me any. The classic ones, I just have no inclination to paint. To me, I look at them, I see green orc, I want to leave it alone. Excuse me. Okay, so maybe we do some Gravelord Grey now for parts of this armor, just to have a bit of a contrast between the silver metallic. That might give the implication that it's not metal. Oh god, that's very black. But I don't care. You know, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna see if my brain likes how it looks. And then after the shield dries, we'll put a little bit of a blue wash on there, which I guess we'll mix it with speed paint medium. I'm gonna go nuts on this guy now. He's just gonna get everywhere. Only happy accident. Exactly. You get it. Less than $1 a mini, basically, yeah. I know. I definitely needed more on my brush and on the palette for this one. Oh, this is a good one. Gravelord Grey is flowing very quickly. It's flowing through the brush. It's flowing onto the mini. And as it dries, I think, is when we see the real difference between it and the silver. For people that want to paint without messing up their originals. But the price is now back up. I bought the new box, all the expansions except one. I mostly use white primer, then lash on the paint best I can and get started playing. I'm no Michelangelo, I just want it done and dusted. Done and dusted. I can appreciate that. Trust you me, I can appreciate just wanting them done. I kind of like that too. I'm hoping that my inclination to make things as perfect as possible doesn't bleed over into my painting. I'm hoping my painting will be my escape from my own brain habit of saying, yeah, that's not good enough. That's not up to my standard. Because I do that with a lot of things. And what's funny is I really don't have high standards. I just get all up in my thoughts about how I need to do better than what I've got. How I need to have like an evergreen thing that I make. I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna gray up the helmet, and then we will perhaps add some blue to the helmet to see what happens. And then gray to the handle and the back part of this weapon. Gray to bleed in all the places that the silver didn't get to, perhaps indicating a patina or a dulling of the metal over time, or corrosiveness from smashing too many heroes' heads in and getting blood all over the weapon. I missed a couple of spots on like the back of the boots and stuff. We'll go ahead and grab those real quick. And this is my current progress. It's more noticeable on camera. No, it's noticeable, the difference between the metallic and the gray. The metallic, again, the metallic just makes it metal. It is now metal. It's literally... Alchemists in the 1600s were searching for this. This is the Philosopher's Stone. This is what Harry Potter and the Hobbits were looking for all along. Because it has transmutated the plastic into metal. I really like how that gray looks. The gray comes out black on the palette, but once it washes over the mini, oh man, that is such a nice tone. That is such a nice... I'm seeing some spots I need to correct. Let the paint flow through a little more. Oh, that's so nice. The second application is just as nice. It dries so nice. One does not simply paint metal. See, that's not the entire quote. The entire quote is, one does not simply paint metal, Harry. I'm going to set him aside. I'm going to revisit him with the blue, but I'm going to give him some time to dry. And we're going to go in for our third mini. It's voting time again. A, B, or G? G is... I didn't even show you the freaking result. G is a goblin. G is a goblin. Voting ends in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencils down. And then I gotta count 8 more seconds to account for any latency for last second voters. Looks like that guy in the sky, Ribby, chose A. Adam Pullman chose B. Oh, and Brad chose A as well. Benjamin Tealsel chose G. So that's 3 A's. The Abomination is getting painted next. I got some colors ready to use. I've got Malignant Green, Absolution Green, and Purple Swarm. We're going to do light colors first. I'm just going to go ahead and test out the look of Malignant Green. This is going to be quite a sickly looking... Oh, that's a gross color. Oh, that's a gross... I don't know if I can show you guys. This is like... This is dirty diaper green. This is baby had pea soup for breakfast green. Sorry about that. I should have gotten his undersides. He is still green. Like, he is not primed. Good. This goes on a very yellow-green. It's going to make his pustules and tentacles and barnacles stand out really well, I think. His weird tentacle dreadlocks. Even his horn bits. I don't mind those. We're gonna do a done and dusted on this guy. We're gonna just coat him in this, and then we're gonna add some details without caring how dry or wet he is or anything. Just gonna add the details right on while everything's still wet. He's supposed to be gross and slimy. He's supposed to be wet and glistening and abnormal. He's not a thing of nature, I don't think. He's an abomination. So maybe this paint job will reflect that. And in following this line of thinking, I have absolutely ran out of color. Leaving swaths of dark shadow where almost no color appears is okay. It's a dark dungeon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And we only see him from above too, so I'm trying to be conscious of that, but first I'm just throwing the paint on. Just kind of like, I want to learn the ways of Wylock. I want to learn his mindset. He'll paint something and then be like, it's good enough. I don't care. And like, I don't necessarily want to try to convert myself into that in everything, but I definitely wouldn't mind utilizing some of that mindset with something as relatively unconsequential as miniature painting. I'm going to do one more. There we go. Ash, do you have the other army painter ranges perchance? No, I have just the Army Painter Speed Paint Most Wanted Set 2.0. That is the only thing I have ever gotten. I got this just recently. I have never bought a paint set of anything else. I did get some folk art and some apple barrel from Walmart acrylics to paint my classics, and I gave them all like all over body coats of paint to represent faction colors. The paint went on too thick for my liking, so I'm considering stripping it off because everybody looks a little bit thick now, and I don't like how my classic Skavens look. They just look like they're coated in too much paint. The YouTuber is Wylock's Armory. Wylock's Armory. W-A. Wylock is W-Y-L-O-C-H. And like I said, there's a lot of things I'm not going to apply that philosophy to, but he, in his approach, he is very accessible. He is very much, you don't need to be fancy. You don't need to do this, that, and the other. Quit trying to raise the bar to get people into a craft, basically, which I'm all about that. I'm all about that. So, a high-powered mutant of some kind has never been considered for mass production. I like it. I like that idea. Let's do some Absolution Green. I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone. Absolution Green. We're not even going to wash it off the brush. We're going to do green. Where do we want the green? I'm going to be random with it. I'm going to do green head. It's going to look like war paint almost. So real quick, this is our progress. This is a very Saturday morning cartoon yellow. And yeah, there's some spots around his torso that are not painted, but we're not going to worry about that. We're practicing a new thought pattern, a new process. Okay, front of his head's very green. Let's do some tendrils in the back. Oh, I like how this looks on the tendrils. Very good. Freaking catfish monsters is what we've got here. Now I'll do his feet, because why not? Why shouldn't I? It'll almost be like boots. Ooh, I should have done that. I should have treated it like it was boots and gloves. All right. Now it looks like you're both speed painting and enjoying it. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Here's what we got so far. Don't know that I love it. I don't know that I love it, but I'm saving my judgment until the purple goes on. The purple swarm is next. We won't do a whole lot. We're gonna just like touch areas basically. Purple eyes. A few purple tendrils to balance out the dark green and the light green. Some of the barnacles. I gotta give kudos to the sculptor. I know a lot of people prefer Famir over Abomination or vice versa or whatever. None of that really matters. It's just in and of themselves, this is a really cool monster. Whoever the sculptor is did a good job. Ugh. I'm grossing myself out, which means I'm probably on the right path. And you know what? I think I am done. Done one more purple down here. Right off camera. This is what we have. This is what we have. He's gonna look like this from the top. He's pretty sickening looking. Let me balance out some of this by going in between his finger webbings. Oh, that's extremely Saturday morning cartoon. That's what that does. Which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Reminds me of my ex. That's so mean, so savage. I missed out on the Mythic tier. I hope to see the sculpt at retail sometime. I do too, because it's a better sculpt than the one that comes with the game. It's pretty big, but it doesn't encroach on the board the same way. It's more predictably encroaching, if that makes sense. And I like the I'm gonna get ya nature of it much more than the I'm holding my weapon awkwardly of the other one. So that's it. That's gonna be my work for today. I'm actually running past my normal time, and this mummy dried beautifully. He's very dusty looking. The back still needs work. I could still do so much to the back, but it needs white. So maybe I'll a future mummy. I won't paint this one anymore. I'll probably do something with the base, but secondly, our Dread Warrior with metal shield. That's probably dry enough to go over with a blue wash, and I'll definitely do that, although I do have to go, so I won't be able to do that on camera today. Loving the red cape and the look of the red cape after drawing. This was the Citadel miniature to compare that I painted of Minsk and Boo, and I would really like to know, I'd really like to get my hands on another Minsk miniature and paint him just with the speed paints to get a good comparison as to what that would look like. I loved the washed out tones of the speed paints that I've seen in every video that I've watched researching. the speed paints, and that's why I kind of made this choice. But man, I'm so happy with this. This has a charm all of its own, and I like it, but like, I don't want to paint all of my minis this way. Any stickiness now that they've been painted, actually the mummy's not sticky at all. There's no tackiness on the mummy. He feels great. There's no tackiness on my Chaos Warrior, my Dread Warrior, my Chaos Inspired Warrior. Probably in the parts where he's still wet. And actually there's no tackiness on my Abomination. I love it. I love it. Little of that purple in the mummy's putrid skin spots. I will do that. I will do that. I don't think the mummy's 100% done. I just don't want to... I do not want to get myself in the perfection mindset. But I will do that. I will put some purple on there. Guys, thank you so much for joining the stream today, my very first paint stream. I thought I might get a few more done than 3, but I had technical difficulties with my camera, and it was my first stream, so, you know. There will be more of them. I think next week I'll do HEROQUEST, and the week after I might do more speed paints. I might alternate for a while, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, subscribe to AshQuest. You're going to see more of this sort of thing on the channel, more crafting, more painting. This is why I got the speed paints, so I could do them on the stream and show people how they work and get suggestions and community involvement and feedback and stuff at the same time. I prefer doing it that way. Didn't just want to paint minis off screen and then show them, you know, in a video or something. But anyways, thanks again. I'll see you next time. Till then, have a great rest of your day, and bye for now. You can see me reaching for the button, the ending button.